Well, welcome to the Peppermill, because that's where we shoot our show, which is called Vegas Live with Nina. And of course, the Red Couch, all my guests are invited to the Red Couch because they just want to sit on the Red Couch. I don't know if they want to meet me, but I know they just want to sit on this lovely Red Couch. But anyway, we have Steve Ruley, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, correct.
Ruley with me, and he actually is with Growth Media Group. And also we have Jonathan Weber. Now, Jonathan Weber is a client of yours.
Yes.
And you are a law firm.
Yes, I am.
Now, the reason you probably haven't heard his name is because he does not have a billboard. And he doesn't believe in billboards.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Perfect.
Oh, wait, hang on a second.
Not
now,
yet.
Growth Media are thinking that he should have a billboard because they're the media. And they want to make, when they come into Growth Media, when you come into Growth Media, you go from this level to this level.
Yes.
Is that correct, Steve?
That is perfect.
Now, I've known Steve, actually, and I didn't know I knew Steve. I didn't know I knew him.
Small
I've known
world.
him, yes, a small world. I've known you for 4 or 5 years
Yes.
now. We used to go to the fashion shows, wasn't it?
Yes, with
David Tupaz. Yeah,
Yes.
David Tupaz.
Yeah.
How's he doing, do you know?
Actually, I ran into him, it was just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
He's great. He's got something coming up too, I believe in March.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got a fashion show going on, and it's to support a charity, and I'll have to
think
look
it's
it
a
up for you.
fashion community charity, if I remember rightly. I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure, but he used to have one of those. Does he still have his at the end of the month Friday, little cocktail party?
It's been a while since I've been.
Me too. I haven't kind of had time.
We should bug him.
Yeah. Let's bug him.
So
Let's bug him.
why haven't we gotten our invites
Oh
again?
no, we haven't even got an invitation. So let me ask you, Jonathan, how's he doing for you? Is he doing all right, or what's he?
Excellent. Just kind of getting me started from the ground up, really.
Okay.
I've been on my own for almost 6 years and been able to do okay just based on reputation, having practiced with some of the larger litigation firms.
What law do you cover actually? Because I know you must understand that a lawyer isn't just a lawyer. They have different degrees or places of being a lawyer. Correct?
No, that's true.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
what do you?
Injury, personal injury.
Personal injury. That's funny. I just broke my arm this morning.
Oh no! Oh no!
Great. No.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's like great. You broke your arm.
Oh no! Yeah,
The question
that's
is, who
bad.
broke it?
Thank
Who
you.
broke it?
Where
was
were
it
you?
broken?
That's right.
Who's involved?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Isn't
Yeah.
that it goes
Yes,
in
it
that,
is.
that sort of kind of category?
It does. Facts are so important from the very, very beginning, and I counsel my clients on that.
You
so.
counsel them on that. So
Absolutely.
how long have you been a lawyer?
Boy, for almost 20 years now.
20
since
years
since
now.
2000.
Since year of 2000.
Yep.
And what made you go into injury law in Vegas? Has it always been in Vegas?
Yes, it has been.
Oh, okay.
Well, we lived here before. I went to UNLV and graduated.
Oh, okay.
And I sort of knew that I wanted to return to the community. It's just it's
Do
just a
you
great
want to
place.
give back to the community?
I do
as
want
well
to give back.
as well
Of course,
as
yes.
obviously building
Yes,
up
I've been
your
given
own
so
firm.
much,
Yeah.
and so
Isn't
many
that nice
good
to
people
hear
here.
that? Yeah, there
Well, I
are
have
some
been.
great
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think we misunderstand because Vegas is, the holiday maker, as we call it, of probably the world. Everybody wants to come to Vegas, and everybody does come to Vegas for the hotels, and
Absolutely.
it's kind of this. It's just the Strip, but now we've expanded from the Strip to the outskirts, and they are building.
Well, it's crazy. I grew up here. I was born and raised.
Oh, you were.
I was actually born here.
So you're a Nevadian.
I am.
It's a Nevadian, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
They're very rare.
That's right.
Very
That's right.
You got to keep us shiny.
Yes,
We tend to
keep
dole out
polishing
between
you.
the sun and
No,
everything.
let them know your hair.
Right.
But what were you saying?
So this town has changed so much
Yes.
since growing up here. When I was a kid, Green Valley, we just moved
Well,
to
it
Green.
wasn't existed. It
No,
didn't exist.
I was in grade school and it just started developing, and
What about Rose Parkway right now? There's
that was
apartment
even.
building.
Well, when I grew up, there was really kind of nothing past Warm Springs.
That's right.
And there was like nothing. There was like Sunset. There was Sunset
How
Park.
about Tropicana? I remember when there was just the Tropicana Hotel,
Right.
and a friend of mine owned the corner, which was all land.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And he sold it I think he sold it for a couple of million, which was a lot at that time,
Yeah.
but worth obviously whatever now.
Yeah.
But it was kind of just the Strip.
Yeah. I could be wrong on this, but I think that's Binion did very
did very well. Yes.
Yeah, did very well.
Well, they were downtown, weren't they?
Yeah, and then the old owner Bennett, I believe it was Jack Bennett, who owned Circus.
That's right.
And he had a lot of that property.
That's right.
By the Sahara that was sold. So I mean,
so there was a lot of money made then, but there's still a lot of money to be made now, because
absolutely.
I personally was thinking the other day when I was sort of, you travel around and different things you have to do, and I was looking, I think, wow, if this is the greatest place to invest in, as of property, land and property, it's expanding. Is that because of the housing? It's cheaper here to buy a house. You can get a really nice house for 150 up.
Right. Well, I think when you compare it to, say, our neighbor California,
Los Angeles.
Right, and where 32, it's like around 32% of the people that are coming to Nevada are from California.
Yes.
And so when you look at their housing median and you compare it to ours, it's like they get a lot. They sell theirs, they come here, they get a lot of value.
People, they get a lot of value for their house, so then they sell that by half the price here, and then they can live off what they have.
Right, and then they don't have to pay state tax anymore either.
That all works out very well. But what does this have to do with Growth Media? Because Growth Media Group, as a group, are you the only owner, or who
I am the only owner. I am the CEO.
Nice. You're the CEO, so you can blame yourself for everything.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You can always blame Jonathan. I mean, sure.
I'll take that blame.
Well, I've been in media for a number of years, and I've worked for our local paper here, the Review Journal. I've worked for Cox Media for many years.
Really?
And then branched out on my own and decided to take a shot at it. Both the Review Journal is great. The Cox Media is fantastic as well. And to this day, I use both of them, because some of my clients need print, some clients need cable commercials.
Yes.
Then there's the broadcast stations as well.
Yeah.
So
are you connected with the broadcast stations? Are you
Yes.
connected with all of them?
Yes.
Just the guy I need, because we're looking to take Vegas Live with Nina to the next level.
Gotcha.
So Steve,
Let's.
I'm hooking you in. You remember all that out there, all your viewers, what's going on? Yeah, because I'm looking to because I don't think there's a show out there what we have. And you must know, after 4 years of what I do, whether you like it or not, I've got a lot of people that view it, so somebody must like it.
That's right, of course.
I'm not sure, but I hope so.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
But we do something totally different, and I was calling it a talk show, and then all of a sudden I thought, well, wait a second, this is like a variety show, because we have, we have media on, and then we have a band on, and then we have somebody talking about your brain, and then we have someone who's an author.
Or an attorney.
All right. Oh, I forgot. So Tony, should have been the number one. Never mind, that's okay. Jonathan's a really nice character, isn't he? It's cool.
Well,
You're
thank
cool.
you. Thank you
You're
for
a cool
having
guy.
me. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So that you're the man. Now, when did you open this?
Actually, I opened Growth Media last year.
So you're only a year old.
Yeah.
That's why I was looking at it, and I thought, I know this, but I don't know it. And it was you that I knew from years ago.
Yes.
But you're fairly new in the business. How hard?
Well, not fairly new in the business.
But
just
new in as your own business.
Yeah,
your own
absolutely.
Business. How hard? Well, it's not hard for you then, because you've got all the contacts.
Correct.
But are they willing to go to you?
Yes.
I love the way he says that.
Yeah.
Was that cool?
You got the right person here.
There's
no doubt.
Like, we're not going to talk about it. Yes.
Well, Jonathan, you brought up something, because and you know this well. In this town, your reputation is very important.
Extremely. That's why I don't date in this town.
No, it's such a small town, though.
I don't date. I don't date because, well, number one, I haven't found anybody to date. That's number one. And
it's
number
hard
two,
in this town.
Well, no, I'm number one, I'm probably too old, because they all want all the 25-year-olds, so I'm way ahead of that.
Not by much.
And number, I love these two guys. I'll have them on every week. And number is I don't really have time because I have my antiques store, I do real estate, and then I have the show. So I'm very busy.
Yeah.
I'm a busy person, but I was married for 29 years, so been there, done that. It's like, I know what the protocol is. The protocol is like, get up in the morning and make coffee.
Right.
But so I can understand, but this town's very difficult, as you said. It's difficult to get into, but you had all that experience.
Right, and that's what people have to trust you in this town, and you have to prove yourself.
Well, that's one thing. Yeah.
And so that's a very big thing. Your reputation's integrity is very, very important.
It's very important. So how have you managed to keep that integrity? Because it's very hard, and both of you in this town, that you can get wavered over this way,
You just have to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at the big picture.
The outcome at the end.
Right, and so taking shortcuts, it really isn't worth it.
No.
You've got to look at, and one of the things is communication, and so you have to have that communication, with your clients, and you have that communication, even with your clients. And
you build it up. You have to build that up. And this is who I am.
Right.
And it's harder for people to trust you in this town than most towns. I was just in Los Angeles, and they drive differently and they talk to you differently and everything. You suddenly think, oh, where am I? I'm not in the same place.
Right.
But you really have to prove who you are and what you are in this town. And honorability is if you want to be anything.
Absolutely.
And you've maintained that. So you've maintained that.
It's very important.
So how do you get your clients? How do you sort of word of mouth?
Marketing.
Through shows like Vegas Live with Nina, we'll put him right out there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
No, it's there's networking, there's marketing, there's talking to people, there's referrals. A lot of our business is referrals.
Referrals are definitely 100%.
But if your name is out there and people see it, and then you get that referral, they're more likely to trust you.
Absolutely, and I get that a lot because I get a lot of referrals of, yes, go on her show, she's good or she's great or whatever they say about me, and it's pretty cool. And it's like, I asked you to come on my show, within a split second he says yes.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Absolutely. Because you knew who I was too.
Course.
So that's how it kind of works. But I think that works in any town, any city, any place.
It's not
not just
rocket science.
No, it's not. It's just your reputation. You perform. You're being a lawyer. You've got a case and you're going to fight your best to help your client, to win for your client. Is that hard in this town?
Well, it is, because you've got such a different spectrum of approaches to how law is going to be practiced, especially in Las Vegas, especially with the growth and with how many different cases there can be, and the changing sort of flowing circumstances with insurance companies and with new drivers coming in from Los Angeles. I was born in Los Angeles, so
they're pretty good drivers there,
but
we're slower.
But I mean, people aren't necessarily careful all the time. There's so much new construction.
Yes.
And
cell phones.
Absolutely. So people need to be careful out there for sure. There's so many different approaches. We've been talking here about reputation, about being honorable. Boy, that's the best thing you can do, because this is a small town when it comes to
everybody knows
small town.
That's how it works.
Everybody knows
so
you.
Every client has to deserves the best for me and has to get the best for me. It just has to be that way.
Do you ever get any clients that sort of build up a case that they really don't have, pretending that this really happened, and you suddenly see it?
Oh, sure. And that comes with not only the experience, but caring about people to let them know how things are going from the very, very beginning. Yeah. Because I'm not there to just give good news and be hyper optimistic. I have to be real with my clients. I have to let them know what's going on with their case from the very beginning. That's right. So my clients know from the very beginning what their options are, and as they go along, so that when things happen, some good things are going to happen. Some things that seem not so great are going to happen. People need to be prepared for that, and that's what I really, to be able to communicate. We were talking about before. Communication is so important.
Do you realize when sometimes you're doing a case, you think, well, they're not really telling me the truth. This is not really happened. So now I've got a really big fight on my hands, because now I've got to convince the other side that this one's right and they were really right.
Well,
that must be really tough.
I will always give people the benefit of that.
Of course, you have to.
I want to see the best in people, of course. And in my practice, generally, the facts present themselves. I see a police report. I see insurance documentation. I see witness statements. I see photos.
So you're able to get all that, and then you make your calculations and you win.
Absolutely. And the good thing about what I do is I can do it because I'm a solo practitioner. I get all of those things from the beginning, as much as I can gather, and then let the client know.
Do you like being on your own as a lawyer?
I love being on my own. It's a dream of mine. Being able to be mentored by some of the best experienced trial lawyers in town, and then now do it on my own is a real privilege, because I can communicate like I want to communicate with my
and
clients.
Did you ever think that you would end up in Vegas doing this? Because you said you came from Los Angeles.
Well, born in Los Angeles, went to law school in Oregon. But yeah, I went to undergrad here. We raised our family here. I just, this is a community that I'm very connected to and feel like I owe a lot to.
And your children, are they university? Where are they?
They are. My daughter. It's funny you asked that. I warned them against it, but it looks like they're headed that way anyway. I've got a son who's practicing real estate right now, who played collegiate baseball. His older brother played collegiate baseball, but he's in his second year at Southwestern Law School in Los Angeles.
Oh, wonderful!
So
great school.
Excellent school, excellent campus. What a great arrangement they have. And then my youngest, my daughter, is finishing up her senior year in Provo, and she looks to be going into international studies and women's rights, and she looks like she could be going sort of the international but legal track, and she's also looking at law school.
Oh, wonderful! See, what goes around comes around.
Well,
they're after Dad.
They are such exceptional people that I think they feel like they have a lot to contribute.
It's funny how parents always say that, but it's actually how the parents have brought them up. I often think that they are, the parents like say, oh no, it's them, but it's really coming from the mum and the dad of, often I sit back and I think, well, how do I know all this stuff and how do I know that? And I think it was from my mother and father, they were both very bright people and they know a lot and everything else, and that's really comes from, but also the bringing up and how to present something. Are you an only child or your brother?
I was an only child, but my stepfather is actually an attorney here in town as well.
Oh, so Steve's what you call very well protected. He's protecting himself.
That's right.
Now I just need a police officer and as well. And,
we can find one of those.
So, but that's kind of, I'm sure my parents would have loved for me to be an attorney. I just, I didn't want to continue on with the schooling. I kind of wanted to do my own thing, make my own way, and that's kind of what I did.
You did. So you've been in media and all that for a long time, and now opening up your own firm, and you're happy with it.
I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
And what about all the people you have worked for or been with? Have they come forward to sort of, trust you and use you as
absolutely. And that's which is important because sometimes when you get a client, they will ask you, well, do you have any references?
Well, they don't have to ask you because they know you.
Right. Well, but they'll still ask for some references though,
of course.
just to
but you
check.
And
that's key, and that's very important.
It's very, very important. So where are you going now? What have you got coming up? Anything happening? And any of your clients got something happening?
Well,
I'm sure they all have something happening.
Jonathan's got a few things coming up here shortly. So he one of the things that we started doing was Tuesday tips. And so he talks about, like, what if you get in an accident, what do you do?
Okay.
Is
that a radio thing you're doing, or what is that?
No, we're kind of marketing and branding it ourselves a little bit.
Okay.
So he's going to be doing, a couple, videos and stuff like that, and kind of expanding that out. And then we're going to be going on to radio, and then we're going to be doing some more TV.
Okay.
So we're expanding there. We've got.
So I could be a practice one of them to expand the TV part, see
Absolutely.
where it can go,
That's right.
and then
Absolutely.
get you involved into what's going on. I used to have a show called Ninon and the Cop, which was a downtown Los Angeles, and that's why I said a cop. And I had the cop, and it was funny, we were wandering around, where we have all the homeless people and everything else, people doing all the street stuff. And I was walking down this street, and I'm doing my thing, and he says, Ninon, you can't go down there. And I said, why? He said, well, you never know what might happen. I said, hang on a second, you're the policeman, I'm not. You're the one that shouldn't be afraid. And he's like, it was really funny. It was so funny when he did that. And okay, that's all right.
Well, if the cop doesn't want to go down
No,
there.
Well, yeah, that's right.
But I still did. I still might. What are they going to do to me? They're not going to do anything to me.
Yeah.
Because I think fear is fear itself.
Sure.
And so if you walk in with fear, something's going to happen. I don't walk like that. So,
Right.
but it was fine. But I think. I think a lot can happen to let people know. But I love your idea, it's like answering questions. People will call in or something and you answer a question. So Tuesday night questions.
Well, I do. And the tip is really sort of general information for clients that have had the same questions because everyone panics. Everyone sort of is not really sure once they get
Once something
smacked
happens,
into.
yes,
So
yes.
there can be easy things to remember.
Yes.
And then building on that is, as he was saying, that I can offer tips about, okay, well then once you've called police, once there's a police report, once you've gotten the information down that you need and you checked yourself and you're okay,
Yes.
then there's the next step of, okay, well what's going to happen with insurance? Do I have the right insurance? What about MedPay? Do I have my own protection that protects me, and how does it work, Jonathan?
There are a lot of people, because we might know it, doesn't mean to say they know it.
Right.
And people say to me, Nina, why do you ask that question? You've already asked that question before. And I said, well, I might know the answer, but maybe I'm going to get a different answer from whom I'm asking it from and get a different perspective of it, because
Absolutely.
everything's different out there. It's not all the same at all.
Right.
Not at all. Not at all. How can people reach you, Steve?
They can contact me either at my phone number, 702-408-4311, or they can go to my website and email me, and that's easy, growthmediagroup.com.
growthmediagroup.com. Just
Right.
remember that. You'll find it anywhere. It comes up. Who did your logo?
I did.
Amazing.
Thank you.
This attracted me so much because I love this logo. See with the logo? It's just very simple, very easy and to the point, and it stands out.
Thank you.
It's really,
Appreciate that.
it's lovely, and I liked it very much.
Yeah.
And where can they reach you, Jonathan?
702-538-5761, and that's my business number. That's my cell number. Clients will text me, call me on weekends after 5. I'm available, and that's part of the excellent ability I have to be able to respond.
And you too.
Yeah.
I have the same thing. People say, "Why do you give your number out? Why do you have it out there from?" I said, "Well, why wouldn't I?"
Right.
Exactly.
Aren't you afraid someone's going to come after you? I said, "No, not
No.
really. I'm
No.
not being afraid."
No, that's right. That's
Maybe
right.
I'd like them to come into the realm. Sure. Do the thing. I mean, come on.
That's right.
I'm like you. I don't hide anything. I have my phone number out there. I have my emails out there, and so they can be both reached. And if you've got any media stuff you want done, this is the guy, Steve.
Thank you.
Broadley. And then, of course, we've got Jonathan. Any injury? You look like a pretty cool guy. Does he not look like a guy that you wouldn't be afraid of as being a lawyer? Sometimes people will walk into a law office and you look at the person, you think,
A little intimidating.
but you're not that type of guy. You look rather friendly and rather sort of, we could contact you and actually have a conversation.
Oh, thank you.
Without worrying.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, I think I can do more being myself than
Yeah.
trying to be something else.
Something else that you're not.
That's right.
So both two wonderful men. We learned a lot today, and this is why we call it a variety show now, because it's not always about entertainment or music. So we have a lawyer and media. We have both at one time. We'll be back. Vegas Live with Nina. Tune in.